Dude. Uh,
Eric EJ, fresh off your debut, soccer debut, playing debut. It'll lead to fame and fortune in the months and years to come. It is great to see you, my friend. Do appreciate you taking the time again, and I am looking forward to seeing my, moderated success for the week. Although I think I still sit on top. Um,
yeah, you're still on top. Not a fantastic week for you, but
I
not a
have to
fantastic
give
week
the
for
people
anybody.
something
Not a
to hold on
fantastic
to.
week for anybody. We really didn't do well as a hive. Um, and I hate to say, you're still in the lead for overall, and
Of
I
course I
say it
am.
yeah, sure. Once the NPI rankings come out, then I'll start, doing our rankings where we drop a week. But if we were
Yeah.
to drop the weakest, week right now,
Uh,
you're like light years ahead of people. So this
say,
is
can you
this is
repeat that? Did you say light years ahead of people, or was
I
it just like a lot?
I
Like I'm a
said
lot.
I said this is unprecedented territory, and I don't know what to make of it.
I am an unprecedented kind of guy. What
Is
can I
that what it
say?
is? Okay,
That's.
all right, fair. You know what?
I am loving this. Let's just talk about me because this is
Let's talk about
awesome.
you. Let's talk about you for a minute. You should be at the top of this every year, every week, and you
I,
haven't been. Is kind of. I gotta say,
listen,
it's a little embarrassing.
listen. I don't want people to think like there is something going on where I am like sort of pulling levers like
It's
behind
not
the
your pool.
curtain.
It's my pool. It
I,
has
I
nothing to do
totally
with
know,
you.
but people don't know. People don't know. Like they might think like Simple Coach has the inside track on everything, and so
You should.
I want to entice people to participate, not shun them from participating because I am so
I,
good. So I have to
I,
play along.
you every week I look at this and say Simple Coach should be top 5 every week, and if he's not, then there's a problem because he is Division 3 soccer. And I don't think there's anybody that will disagree with me that you are Division 3 soccer. And the fact that you haven't, up until 2 weeks
I,
ago, performed, I mean, I don't know.
Listen, this isn't the kind of conversation I was anticipating to have. When I say talk about me, I just want the glowing stuff, like how great I am. Like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
there's no
sorry.
room for you've forgotten yourself there for a
I,
moment. Like
I'm sorry.
let's get
Oh,
back and just talk about how, in spite of a relatively week, I still got 30 points along with this other guy, Bizarro Simple Coach. Did you notice that? That's kind of weird. Like I'm
a little bit
surprised there
weird.
was no universe colliding explosion type thing.
A little weird.
But the week was not really a point getter for a lot of people.
No, high. The high score was what, 50 points, which is
50
low.
points. Yeah. It's
Not a
usually
good week for anybody. And let me tell you, I got 30 points this week. I only got 2 games right. It was 2 and 8. I got those 2 scores right. So
yeah.
I got 15 points for each of those games. So I got 30 points. But 2 and 8 is not good.
Wow. So I probably landed the same. How was mine? How many did I
Oh,
get?
I did.
That's
Well, you
okay.
got
Don't worry
50.
about it.
What'd you get? 50 points, right? You got 50
No,
points?
I got 30.
Oh, did you get 30?
That's why I'm wondering, did I
A simple
get
coach. All right. So you got, well, let's take a quick look. Pastor Ithaca, you got wrong. Lind, you got right. Middlebury Con, you got wrong. Hamilton Bowden, you got wrong. Emery Swanee, you got right.
right?
Carlton McAllister, you got right.
Right. Yeah, because I picked
Um,
McAllister.
Case Otterbein, you got wrong. Kenyon ONU, you got
Ro-
right.
oh, I did. I picked ONU. Ah,
You picked,
interesting.
no, that was a draw, or 2-2.
It
Was it
was? I
not a
thought it
draw?
was 2-1.
Ooh, no, I thought Kenny got a late one there. Hold on. Let's go to the videotape.
I could
I thought
dramatically
that was a late
change
draw.
because I'm being
Yeah, it
honest.
could. I thought that was a late draw. I thought Kenyon got a late one there. Hold on.
2-2. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Hot dog. Okay.
yeah. So luckily that helped you out because you had a draw on 1-1, but it was 2-2. And then what else we got? DePaul, Calvin.
I think I got right. I must have gotten
You
right, but
probably
not
got
the
right.
score.
You got Calvin. No, yeah,
Yeah.
it was 3-1. You got Calvin 2-1.
Yeah.
Chapman Whittier, you missed. That was a draw, and so there you go. So you got like what is that, 4 or 5 right?
Yeah. I had some really good. Like,
Yeah. So
CrossFit for fun. CrossFit for fun
For
with
fun.
50, along with PA
50.
Classics. They were the tops.
yeah. Yeah, PA
Bizarro
Classics got
Simple
2.
Coach. That guy is an incredible dude. I know him
I know.
personally, and he's really
who
good
is
guy.
this? Who is this bizarre simple coach? Yeah. Who else we got? FC Grizzlies grad. Not a good week for them. I thought they were.
Why?
They were right in the hunt. In a bad week, 24 points. I hate Massey. Not good. I hate Massey. 5 points.
Simplest Coach, 20 points.
20 points for simplest coach. Yeah, not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
I hate
It's
Massey.
a tough
Yeah,
week. Tough week.
yeah, that was interesting. That's it. Like I said, I thought there were the number of those games where you're just kind of like, what happened there?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to talk about this week?
Let's talk about this week because I already know all of the games, all of the scores, and I'm just trying
No,
to
you
figure
don't.
out where
Dude, you
do
have
I
no freaking clue, dude. I'm
just
sorry.
trying to
you have
figure
no
out
clue.
what makes it look realistic that I, like I'm human, and I don't because
You
I
have
don't
no
want
clue what's going to happen this week. This is a brutal week. I think this is a brutal week.
it is.
I think this is going to be tough. I think
Even
this is going to be
this
really
first
tough
one,
week.
I was just kind of like smiling, like, oh, that's great. I had no idea how this is gonna. All
All right, so first one. So Williams, undefeated, 5-0-2. They're doing very well in an SCAC, right? They beat Tufts, they beat Colby, they beat Trinity, whatever. They tied Amherst. They tied a very good Wheaton team. They're having a good year, right? They're playing Bates at Bates, 5-1-1 Bates, who just destroyed Amherst, 3-0.
Can I just say something about that? About Bates?
Yeah.
Bates really manhandled Amherst in a way I have not seen Amherst be manhandled in how many
When was the
years
last time
since I've
Amherst
been
lost by 3 goals?
I have no idea. I'm
I-
shocked. Or conceded
would-
3, right? Like forget losing by 3, conceding
Right.
3. And I'll tell you, I'll probably get a lot of hate mail because of my hating, which is not real, but
You clearly
like,
don't believe
one
purple.
thing was noticeable is you can't help but like there were guys yelling at each other. There were like yeah. It was not everything was happy at the land of the mammoths.
All right.
Like and which I was surprised about because you generally don't. You only see them yelling at the other team and the other fans and stuff like that. But so I'm done. I'm just done.
That's
you go
so
through
bad,
this by
dude.
yourself. I'm just going to
That's
sit this one.
that's so bad. That's so bad.
But Bates really just, and they could have gotten more.
So Bates is 5-1-1, and as we just mentioned, they just destroyed Amherst. Their only the year that one loss was to Wesley, and okay, it's an SCAC matchup. It's going to be tight, right? With 30 seconds left in the game, they could be 5-0-2. They could be undefeated.
This could be the team this year for the NESCAC.
Is it? Right? Is it? I don't know. Is it Williams? Because Williams, I don't know. This is a good, I don't know. This is intriguing. Very intriguing matchup. Williams-Bates, very intriguing matchup.
Williams has been here before. Bates, I can't say that they have in my memory, my 4-year memory.
I don't think Bates has been considered. Bates has done well. They've made the tournament a couple times. I don't think they've been considered the top half of the NESCAC, right? But they
Mm.
could, they beat Williams suddenly.
Ooh,
Whoa, right,
totally different ball game. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's a home game. So
I mean, yeah. And they beat Bowdoin. Then they tried. Well, I gotta say they tied Trinity. No longer relegation zone, Trinity.
right. But again, it's a NESCAC game.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I don't win or lose in a NESCAC, win lose tie in a NESCAC, whatever, not a big deal. Unless
yeah,
3-0, then it's a big deal.
yeah.
So I don't know.
They have a, and they will say they do have. I mean, they face Williams, and then the next day they play Hamilton, and then the following Saturday they play Tufts. So, like the next 2 weeks could be like we could be talking about
You know what?
Bates, or we could be talking about what Bates could have been.
Right. Well, at the end of next Sunday, this could
Yeah,
be 5-3-1, and suddenly
yeah,
you're like, they're a 500 team.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
barely over 500.
Which at this rate is probably the case because everyone is sort of blowing up as far as I'm concerned and
and
screwing up
and they'll
my.
and they'll still make the tournament. So there you
Oh,
go.
yeah, totally, totally. They, yeah, you
Because
know what?
they beat Amherst. I mean, that pretty much
Oh, that
guarantees
alone, their
I
MPI has got
think
to
pretty much
skyrocket
guarantees
now. Yeah,
it guarantees that punches their ticket already.
yeah, yeah. They just got to
They
be moderately consistent for the next eight
make they
games
have
or
to
10 games.
make the play. They have to make the NESCAC playoffs. They could
Yes,
lose in the first round
doesn't
and
matter,
still make the
and
tournament.
still make it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
But
this is
big
interesting, and
game.
I will say Williams. Williams. So I think I mentioned this to you. I'm struggling to come. It's like 2 3 weeks where I'm like, hey, I got to do a top 25, which I've been doing weekly, and I haven't done because I'm like, who are the top 25? I cannot tell you who are the top 20. I could tell you who the top five are right now in my mind. One
Okay.
of them, not to let the cat out of the bag, but one of them is Williams. And I'm not a
Okay.
super great fan of how they play, but
Right.
they are super effective again this year, and they take it to whoever they're playing. And so,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I take a little bit of issue with, and you've mentioned this a couple times. Super effective. Amherst,
mhm.
Williams, the NESCAC teams that are super effective at playing direct and stuff like that. Like, I don't
They
know.
score
I don't
goals.
know.
At some point, it's a game of goals, right? And somehow they're doing it, and they keep doing it. So that's why I'm like they're effective. However, they play, whether I like it or not, I could easily sit here and pontificate about how I think soccer should be played, but they don't necessarily. It's not necessarily the case with but they keep winning, and so I gotta acknowledge that much. I'm not that much of a
Yeah.
prude.
Okay.
Otherwise, my top 25 would actually be like my top three teams and how they play soccer. It's like,
Well, I know, and I'm not suggesting that your top teams need to be those who play the game the right way, but there's a lot of teams who are scoring a lot of goals. It doesn't mean that
yeah,
they're good. It doesn't
yeah,
mean they're good teams.
I'll agree. That's why I put the caveat to me where it's like, look, whatever they're doing, they are effective because they're
Right.
closing down the opponent and they're scoring goals. And at the end of the day, you
Right.
need to score goals and you need to beat your opponent. So
Right.
like it or not, so that's my nod to them.
All right. Fair. 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 Fair.
I'd like to know who the guy. Like, I got to dig out some of the emails I got from like 2 years ago where I was like, "Yeah, Williams is not the team. They're terrible. They're not deserving of being ranked because I hate the way they play." And I would get like weekly, like, "You just don't know." So anyhow,
You
shout
just don't
out
know
to
anything about. You don't know anything about soccer.
no, I don't. I'm a baseball guy. Like, what? How did I get
Right.
this gig? Anyhow. Anyhow. All right,
All right.
Williams Bates. I have no idea.
Williams Bates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good matchup.
Magic 8 ball.
Exciting.
Shake it up. See what it comes back
I'm gonna
with.
guess this is gonna be probably 40, 20, 60. What is that? 40, 30, 30.
Yeah,
The
I can
Hive will
totally.
40,
Yeah,
30, 30.
I
Williams
totally.
40, Bates 30,
Yeah,
Ty 30.
yeah,
That's my guess.
yeah. That I could totally see that happening, being like the ultimate imbalance, like, and then
Right,
everybody just being like, "Yep, it's going to be a Nezkak bow tie," right? So,
right, right, right. All right.
yeah. So, all right,
All right, game two.
game two. Jeez,
UAA,
almighty, what are
right?
you
Is this?
doing?
I
What are you
and again, I
doing?
apologize because I think my order. I don't know if it's the same order I sent it to you in, but Brandeis,
Yeah,
Washington, St. Louis, Washington. So Brandeis 7-0-2, haven't lost. They beat a good Babson team. They beat John Carroll. They tied Wesleyan. Okay, they tied an SCAC team. Wash U only has one
one
loss,
loss. Yeah.
and that was in game two to Westminster, which, all right, Westminster, they outshot them 20-4 and they lost 2-1. So they got, you know, unlucky. Call that unlucky.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a very good Washington team and a very good Brandeis team.
What was the game that they just played? It must have been I watched them against John Carroll, and I was pretty impressed with them.
Brandeis.
Surprisingly, yeah, Brandeis.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they look like they pack a punch. Like they can get the ball up quick enough up into the attack, and they look pretty organized defensively. Which, again, I'm still getting my arms around them just because I didn't watch them tons in the past because I don't necessarily think they warranted, and clearly this year, which for a whole host of reasons makes total sense that a team like Brandeis would now suddenly be sitting at 7-0 and whatever they are, 7-0 and 2.
7-0-2, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
In Washington, I just watched them, I think, last week, 2 weeks ago. Just because, again, they look like, okay, here's a team that's sort of making its way 7-1. That they're making their way during a season where all these bigger teams are just not showing up.
We talked about this a little bit. I don't know, last week, week before, whatever it was, where this time last year, week 6 of last year, the UAA teams were all 500.
Yeah.
Now the UAA teams are all
6,
800.
7, 8,
They're all
and 1.
They're all 750, 800, right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I mean, they're going to beat each other up once they come to conference play.
Yeah.
But these were teams that last year, this would have been, if Brandeis and Washington were playing last year this week, it would have been 5-4 Brandeis versus 4-5 Washington.
Yeah.
Now it's 7-0-2 Brandeis and 7-1 Washington.
Yeah.
So it becomes an interesting game.
Trying to think. Well, they did, like I said, they beat Babson, and they tied Wheaton 3-3. Maybe that was the game.
Wheaton's a good team.
Wheaton is not bad at all.
I want to get Wheaton in here. I've been watching them and following them a little bit. I want to get Wheaton in here. I'm waiting for a good matchup for them.
You're just doing that because you're trying to avoid St. Lawrence. I know. You don't want to.
Then Wheaton's not in the Liberty. Come on.
No, they're not.
I don't have any Liberty games in here this week. No, I don't. Sorry. I can't imagine what the St. Lawrence
guys
guys
be
are.
like. Seriously, why would you choose that? Especially knowing how good I am and how I should be picking this game. I'm not sure. Seriously, I have no idea how, because Brandeis to Wash U, in Wash U,
Yeah.
I don't know how to measure that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game.
GPT.
GPT.
Tell me
That's
the
going to be my new
scores.
entry. ChatGPT, tell me the score of the Brandeis Washington. Nice.
You know what?
That's what I'm going to do. What?
Oh my God! I wonder.
Bizarro's going to go to chat.
Bizarro's going with ChatGPT.
Well, I told you I tried Massey one week. I did I think week 1 or week 2. I just picked Massey outcomes, and it was Yeah, no good. I was 4-6 or whatever.
You were, it's no good. Chuck, that's never happening again.
Like
That
I could do
strategy
that.
is totally not worth it. That's funny.
It was a joke. Whatever.
All right. All right, what's next?
All right, next. On my screen, I've got Montclair at TCNJ.
Oh, my God.
So this should be, if you had asked me Friday, what's going to happen with Montclair? What's happening with Montclair and TCNJ? I was like, Montclair's going to win 3-0.
It's gonna be
Right?
it's gonna be a roll. It's gonna stroll in the park. They're gonna get down to
Montclair was
Ewing,
6-0.
hang out.
Montclair was 6-0-2.
Yeah,
TCNJ was terrible last year. They had 2 wins or 3 wins, maybe. I mean, like, okay, this is going to be a no-brainer. Montclair's going to win 3-4-0. And then Saturday happens, and Montclair lose to New Jersey State University.
Coach Brendan Guzman, dude, I give that guy a lot of credit. Like yeah.
So
But wait,
Montclair's now,
not just like lose, like NJCU scored on some like rebound that went off of somebody and went in, snuck into the goal for a 1-0 win. No, they put 4 up on them.
4-3.
4-3. Like
They lost 4-3. So
What?
here's. Did you look at the rest of the stats? Here's a great stat. I don't know if you checked it out. How many saves did the Montclair State goalie have?
let me guess, like 0 or 1.
Zero. He had 0.
Like what? Are
Zero.
you
Zero
kidding
saves
me?
for Montclair.
Are you kidding me?
So Montclair outshot New Jersey State 29-10, and they lost 4-3.
4-3.
That's just bad. That's just a bad result.
I seriously, you should listen to the interview I had with Coach Guzman about NJCU. He is very realistic about where his team stacks up, and he's like, I know I have to go into places and we have to play a different way to just frustrate the other team, and I think that's what they're capable of doing. Which leads to another point about Montclair, right? Like, this is why I have doubts about them every year, is about what they're capable of doing, because they just sort of go off the rails on these.
They're such an enigma.
Yes, wrapped in a riddle.
Every year, they're such an enigma. I just don't know what to make of them. They never lose more than 4 or 5 games a year.
No.
Every year, they're 7-5.
They're top NJAC team. They're going to go to the tournament. They're like all of those things, but then they just incomprehensible results at times.
There's random outcomes. You're like, what just happened?
Yeah. So I used to say, like, I thought Montclair was one of the programs, I thought, public schools that would win a national title. And I've since withdrawn that. I don't think they're ones that are capable of winning. They can get talent, but I don't think they can pull it together as a team.
I agree with that. I don't see how Montclair would ever win a title.
Yeah.
I think they can compete and they can get there and they can get to the Elite Eight, but
Elite Eight or something like that. But then there's something just not there with them, like something.
Right.
Yeah, something not there. So.
Yeah. So anyway, they play TCNJ, College New Jersey, who we talked about before, who, 2 or 3 wins last year under the basketball coach, and they have a soccer coach back in the fold this year. TCNJ is we talked about this, a beautiful school, great school. Academically, they should get the best New Jersey kids, which is a hotbed for soccer. They should be good every year. They won a national championship back in the 90s. I mean, this is a legit program. They should be good. They haven't lost yet this year. They're 5-0-4. I mean, they're not.
No.
They're not.
But I am happy to see it because I think for the longest of time they were the standard, right? They were the standard for the NJAC. And I just think that they lost their whatever. Like, academically, things changed there too, right? So they became a very high academic school. Not a very high academic, but in New
They're
Jersey,
the
probably one of the higher academic schools
they're
out
the
there.
strongest academic school in the
Yeah,
NJAC,
yeah,
with probably Rowan right behind him because
yeah.
Rowan's got a phenomenal engineering program,
Engineering program. Yeah, yeah,
one of the best engineering programs in the country, which people don't
yeah,
realize.
yeah, yeah,
Rowan's got a phenomenal engineering program.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, TCNJ is a very good academic program.
yeah.
Um, it's
But
nice. Yeah, you're right. I agree.
I think there was something there that happened where that's when that's when you
It took them
started
a
to
while.
yeah.
They didn't adjust.
Correct, correct.
They couldn't adjust to that new model and
Yeah,
still put out a competitive product.
correct.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Now I don't think that's an excuse. Like I think in a lot of respects, if you're a higher academic school, you stand a better chance to have a better soccer team. Like I think if you look at the schools that do really well, generally speaking, they're higher academic stand. So I think they should
Right.
legitimately be like we should be like the women's team, which is really good for a whole
Like
host of other reasons. But
hold on. Like every
every,
sport
yeah,
at
oh, that's
TCNJ,
correct, correct. Every other
like every sport
yeah,
they're good
yeah,
at.
they're good at,
You know.
and they should be the same in soccer. So
Right.
maybe this is the
Right.
turn that they need.
Maybe it
By the
is. I mean,
way,
they're what?
I
Yeah.
asked ChatGPT what will be the score of the Division III men's soccer game between WashU and Brandeis next weekend. Give me
Okay.
your best guess. ChatGPT informed me that it cannot predict the future with certainty.
Okay.
Like, oh, then this is what useless to me. Brandeis 2, WashU 1,
Okay.
according to
All right.
ChatGPT.
Okay.
Anyhow,
All right.
sorry to interrupt.
What does Massey say for that one? Hold on. Let's see what his Massey is it cheating off of Massey?
Oh, probably like everybody,
Brandeis.
like
Right.
you.
Brandeis, like which was not right.
Not good.
Ooh. Massey has Wash U 2-1.
The historical matchups between WashU and Brandeis tend to be low scoring.
Okay.
The
Is
average
that what
goals
chat
per
tells
game
you?
is, yeah, of course. And we have a personal relationship, ChatGPT and I.
Okay, yeah, fair. Al, you talking to Al? Right,
Yeah.
AI, Al.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
This is another one. Like, what? What are you doing to me?
So on my list, I've got F and M at Dickinson.
Yes.
Okay, so F and M at Dickinson. So F and M is 2-5-1, which we've talked about a little bit in the past because whatever F and M not doing well, and is it the downfall? Is this the year that F and M is not going to be good? But they played one conference game, and it was against Swarthmore, and they won. So now in the conference, which at this point is what's going to matter.
Yeah.
They got to make the conference tournament. And they're going to have to do well. So they're 1-0 in the conference tournament. They're 2-6-1.
Franklin Marshall has to win the tournament.
I agree.
Right? If they want, what's their streak since like 1932? They've been to the NCAA's. I don't think they make it.
And I mean, this is where I get the hate mail from F&M. What I told you this before: death taxes and F&M losing in the second round. They
might not.
They make the
They might
tournament
wish
and
they could lose in the second round. I don't know if they
right,
get there.
Right.
I don't know if they get there right now.
Yeah, so they're 2-6-1. Not a good season, but they won their first conference game, and they've got a big conference game against Dickinson. Dickinson still hasn't lost. They're not dominating anybody. I'm still not a believer. But they're at 7-0-3. They're doing what they need to do.
I just don't find them convinced. I know this is where they're winning. They're doing the thing. I just don't find Dickinson convincing. Like
Right.
And I can't put my finger on it. I know it's terrible. It's kind of, but I just see it. I'm just sort of like, yeah, I don't know. I look at teams like how far can they go based on the way they play, and I just don't. I think Dickinson looks like vulnerable like anyone else, and you would think that they would be better. But I'm not sure F&M's ship is straightened out, whatever that analogy is. But if there is an analogy about a ship and straightening out, I just
I don't know.
I can't.
This
They look. I watched them play. What was the game before last that they played? I don't have their schedule up.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me. Hold on.
Men's soccer. So they. Oh, the Lynchburg game. Holy mackerel. Yeah, they lost to Lynchburg 4-1. I mean, I've never seen a Franklin and Marshall look so coward.
Well, this is where I struggle with F&M, though. I mean, yeah, I'm not a huge fan, obviously, but and they've lost. They gave up a lot of goals in the first couple games, right?
Yeah. Lost to they let in 3 against Kenyon, 4 against Denison, 4 against Lynchburg.
Right.
And they lost to Matt Turner's team, Muhlenberg.
Muhlenberg, yeah. Matt Turner's team. All right.
Anyhow, I don't know. This might be.
I mean,
I don't know. Watch the.
They have 2 wins. Their one win was against Elizabethtown, 1-0 in the boot game. I mean, not an overwhelming result. They beat Swarthmore, which I apologize because I did mention they were 1-0 in the conference. They're not. They lost to Muhlenberg, so they're 1-1 in the conference. But beating Swarthmore is a big game. I mean, Swarthmore's only 500, but you got to win those games, and they won. But yeah, I mean, they gave up a lot of goals. 4, you say 4 against Denison, 3 against Kenyon, 4 against Lynchburg.
Yeah, it's just like they can once that goes it's almost like once they get scored on, the floodgates open. It seems like, or are you very concerned that that's what's going to happen? I don't like
right.
So.
And Dickinson, I mean, like I said, they haven't really. To me, they haven't really impressed. Yeah, sure, they beat Alvernia 5-1. Ooh, Alvernia. They beat Ursinus 4-1. Ooh, Ursinus.
Bears, yeah.
I mean, they tied Stevenson. They tied Christopher Newport at the beginning of the year.
Not Christopher Newport impresses me, but anyhow, I get the point. Like I get that point.
Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Dickinson wins this game. Quiet. Deer. Dogs are barking at the deer.
Don't come to my house.
I know. They're like squirrels nowadays. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dickinson wins this game, but what's F&M gonna do? What are they gonna show us?
Well, I hate to say they're in the boat where like every game matters to them, right? Maybe not
right.
Dickinson. Right, like this. I hate to say it, and it's because it's so early, and it's like, man, it's like do or die, right? Like this is, hey man, you can't. Franklin Marshall cannot afford to lose, to lose, drop more games. They just can't,
right? Especially conference games.
Conference games in particular,
right?
Right.
Again, so let's go to the next game. So the next game is also a conference game, which is McDaniel at Swarthmore. And this is exactly the same point last year I had McDaniel. I put McDaniel in the pool right around this time last year because they were, great record. It was like, okay, is McDaniel for real? And, the consensus was, no, they're not, really played anybody. So this year, again, McDaniel 7-0-1. Like, are they legit? Is that a legit 7-0-1, or are they a paper tiger? They're playing Swarthmore. Swarthmore, who just lost F&M. In McDaniel's this game, they're 8-0-1, And I'm assuming, hold on, I'm assuming they in the conference they're probably their second win, right? Yeah, they beat your Sinus. So they win this game. They're 8-0-1 with two conference wins.
Two conference wins. Sitting pretty at the
Oh,
turn.
they
Right.
actually play Hopkins midweek though.
Hopkins midweek, which that is a winnable game.
This year,
This
completely
year
winnable
it
game.
is a completely winnable game.
Completely winnable
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this is the year for those teams that didn't get the looks in the past because you had these dominant programs. For collectively,
Hey, hold on a minute. Hey, shut up. Be quiet. Leave them alone. They're harmless. They're allowed the deer walk down the street.
rats with
Jeez.
tails.
I know, seriously.
Like it just seems collectively like the bigger programs that generally are the ones we're talking about all the time. This year,
Right.
they're all collectively, for the most part, not.
Right?
I mean,
Right.
Hopkins. I just like 2, 3, and 5. Like
I know, right?
2, 3. I mean, they tied Haverford.
You know, so let's talk about McDaniel for a minute. Because again, like I said, last year I had them in the pool right around this time because let's go back to last year. Was it last year? No, it must have not been last year because they weren't that good. Last year they won 2-3. They had three losses by this time. They were 3-1-3. So maybe it wasn't last year. Maybe it was the year before. But this year, they are, as I said, they're 7-0-1. They've given up 2 goals. They've only given up 2 goals. They gave up Goucher, who they beat 2-1, and they played Washington,
and they tied 1-1.
and they tied them 1-1. They've only given up 2 goals.
I mean, I wouldn't have seen. Usually, you can kind of see, like, year in, year out, like, oh, these guys should be better because they're not graduating. And, like, they were never. I don't think they were part of that conversation of.
They've never been part
Watch
of that
out for
conversation.
McDaniel. This is their year.
Right.
Like, I don't think anybody said that, right?
Right? No. They've never been. They've been bottom half of that conference forever.
Ever.
Right.
Again, like I said, this is the year.
Western Maryland.
Yeah, Western Maryland University.
Western Maryland. Yeah. Western Maryland. Yeah. Western Maryland College of Western, whatever it was. Yeah.
Whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that?
I don't know.
Westminster? Where is Westminster, Maryland?
I'm going to guess Western Maryland. 'Cause that was the name of the school, right? And they used to be Western Maryland.
And it is Westminster. Yeah, they are. They're like
How far west
they
are
are surprisingly to the west of Baltimore, northwest of Baltimore.
They're not. They're actually not that far west at all.
No,
They're actually
I thought
northeast
they would
than
be
that.
further out.
I thought they'd be out of Hagerstown or whatever. No, they're not far. They're more east than Gettysburg.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Now we know.
But so anyway, good. Interesting matchup
That was very
because
very-
they're playing Swarthmore, who, whatever, Swarthmore.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who is doing what Swarthmore does, which is
Right.
3-2-3,
right? Yeah.
which is not bad.
No.
Who did they tie? Like, hey, all right, so we lose to. They beat
Swarthmore lost to
Yeshiva.
Montclair.
They beat Redlands, and they're like, we are 2-0. They lose to Montclair, okay. Then they tie Stevens. You're like,
Stevens,
okay.
no.
And then it's like Juniata. Okay, they tied.
Tied
They beat
Juniata.
one. Yeah, and then it's Hopkins, and you're like, well, Hopkins. Look at At this point, everybody knows. Look at Hopkins this year.
Right.
And
they lose to
F&M.
F&M.
Yeah.
Like, what do we got?
Yeah. They're not making it easy for us, you know.
No, no, no. This is why this game becomes really interesting. Is
Yeah.
McDaniel a little bit better than usual, and is Swarthmore not as
Yeah.
good as whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Interesting matchup.
All right. Let's move to the
All right.
next, which is another one. Like, what are you thinking? Like, real,
Uh,
like I
so
feel like I should reprimand you for this one.
the next one I have is Christopher Newport. Is that the one on the list I sent
Yes.
you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So CNU, which undefeated, 7-0-2.
Undefeatable
Mary Washington
at Mary Washington.
at Mary Washington. So what is Mary Washington? Do we know?
I don't know.
I don't know what Mary Washington is.
I just know
Mary
that they
Washington.
haven't been impressive.
Mary Washington. Lose to Ohio Northern. Beat North Carolina
Five
Wesleyan.
and
Beat Region.
five.
Beat Washington and Lee. Lost to Hampton Sydney. Lost to Washington
4 games in
College.
a row they
Lost to
lost.
Lynchburg. Lost to Virginia Wesleyan.
Yeah.
Beat Bridgewater. Beat Messiah. You know,
Well,
they play Roanoke midweek.
yeah.
I mean, are they going to turn it around, or what's going on?
That to me, the real telling one was the 4 losses in a row.
Yeah,
Like that you have to nip those in the bud. Like you can't.
I mean, granted, they lost to a 7-1 Hampton Sydney. They lost to a 6-0-2 Lynchburg. They lost to a 6-1-1 Virginia Wesleyan. So they're losing to teams that are having good years.
Nah,
But I mean, this is Mary Washington, who for the
yeah.
last couple. This was Mary Washington. Was it last year where
They
they
were
played
ranked.
UVA
Yep.
competitively, right?
Yep.
I mean, they lost that UVA game, but it was a competitive game.
Yeah. This is the Mary Washington that I had number 1 on my poll.
A
Top
public school that
25
could win the national championship.
national championship. They were first for the entire season, even going into the playoffs, into the NCAA's, because I thought they were that good, and then now they're 5-5.
Yeah. So what's going to happen this year, right?
Yeah.
What is Dad saying about this? Right? He's a Mary Washington guy. It'd be
Who?
interesting to see what he says. Is it Eagle Dad? Something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Eagle.
yeah. Eagles down.
Somebody on the boards. He's a Mary Washington guy. It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of this one.
I don't. Yeah. I just don't see. I just don't.
CNU will do something. CNU will do something every disappoint.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the game they lose 3-0. You know, you're like, what just happened? I don't know.
Let me see something. 3, 2, and 3. Eastern Mennonite. Yeah. Christopher Newport is hitting it on all cylinders, and Mary Washington is trying to salvage something, sort of get some momentum to try. Like this would be. This is critical. Like this is a game where, again, Mary Washington, man, you want to turn things around. Start now. Start this game because this is a game that you could do that with. So
Right. For sure.
Of course, I have no idea what the score is going to be, but it's all up here.
That's why it's in the pool.
All right, next up.
Next one. Washington and Lee at Virginia Wesleyan. So Washington and Lee, they're back in the pool because they've just won 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
They lost their first game. They tied their second game. They tied their game. They lost their fourth game. They tied their fifth game. No wins in 5 games. And then suddenly they won.
Yeah.
They won. And they won.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah.
have they figured it out? Have they figured it out?
I'll say this, and this might, I don't mean this in a, like I just soccer wise. I just don't know. They don't look. They are the shell of themselves that they were last year. I think. Like they don't look connected. They don't look. They look. The games that
They
they
lost a
won,
lot.
they did lose a lot. I mean, but they just don't look like this cohesive unit that's everyone's on the same page.
Right.
And I think, like the previous years, it always was like first 4 or 5 games, they were still tweaking, figuring it out. And then once they sorted it out, man, they would just sort of roll through. And I just don't see that happen. I did not see that happen this year.
Right.
And so now,
Fair.
now, Virginia Wesleyan and has always been sort of a team. I don't want to say they've been on my radar, but I've always watched them because I always thought that they were like that second tier, right? Like they're just on the cusp of, man, if you can turn around some good seasons, we might be able to talk about you in a different way because we think you're that good, or I think you're that good. But maybe this is the year. This is the start of that. Again, this is a perfect year for it.
So Virginia Wesleyan last year was 13-4-3.
Yeah.
The year before that, they were 13-2. The year before that, they were 12-4-4.
Yeah.
Right? So they've had some very and they used to I want to say probably about 15 years ago, they were very good. So this year they're 6-1-1. They tied Dickinson. They beat Merchant Marine, which is a good team traditionally. They beat Redlands. They beat Rutgers Camden. They beat Mary Washington.
They beat William Patterson, which has had a very good year so far.
Yeah, okay.
For William Patterson, absolutely, yeah.
For William Patterson, I actually watched William Patterson 2 weeks ago. I think I was actually at the game. They're not too far from me. Yeah, they're not too far from Pioneer Park or Pioneer Stadium, whatever it is.
Lovely place.
Yeah. Cool little field. I saw them play on a Wednesday night. I saw them play, and they lost 3-2, something like that. I wasn't overly impressed. They had some couple good kids, but overall not impressed. And what are they? They're 500. They're 4-3-2. But anyway, going back to Virginia Wesleyan, they've been putting up good numbers. They've been winning games. They've been doing well. This season they're doing well. Their only loss was to Hampton-Sydney. Hampton-Sydney's 7-1. So
they're winning.
It's a big game.
They're winning game. They're winning the games.
They're
So you
winning
would be
games.
like, you should win that game. And then the Mary Washington, you're like, that's gravy. Like even Mary Wash wounded is still
gravy.
right.
They're winning. They're winning the games they're supposed to win. Yes, but they're winning the games that are toss-ups.
Yeah.
And they're winning them.
Yeah.
So you've got, a resurgent, possibly Washington and Lee going to Virginia Wesleyan, who's winning the games that they need to win.
Yep.
It's going to be an interesting matchup. This is a game.
I like this one.
This is a game where Virginia Wesleyan can win this game 3-0, or Washington and Lee wins it 2-0.
Yeah.
You're like, what just happened, right?
Yeah. And suddenly one of them just plays like, where's this team been? Like, oh my God, like, look at these guys. They're,
Right. And this is a big game for both
I can
teams.
see that,
like, I think
totally.
after, I don't know what their midweek schedule looks like, but let's just say they both win their midweek games. And so this is what it goes. So after this weekend, whatever team wins this game, you say, okay,
now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Like if Washington and Lee's like, okay, we've won 5 in a row. Okay. Now they've turned it around. Virginia Wesleyan wins this game and they're still, 8-1. You're like, okay.
All right.
This is a good year for them. All right. This is a big game.
Wash Washington and Lee plays Hampton Sydney.
That's a big game. If they win that game,
and Virginia Wesleyan plays on Wednesday.
Lynchburg. Do they play
Christopher
Lynchburg?
Newport.
Christopher Newport. Yeah. So in theory, both these teams could lose in midweek,
Yeah.
right? But if they both win, huge.
Huge implications. Huge,
Right.
huge.
Right.
That is. I'm just looking.
This is-
Virginia Wesleyan
uh,
plays a decent schedule. I mean, once they
They
go
do.
into the ODAC, it's like, geez almighty, right? Like, you got the same.
You know, the ODAC gets shit on so much. I
Yeah.
think those teams are better than.
Yeah.
I think
they
they're
get credit
better
for.
than
Yeah.
they get credit for.
Yeah.
Because they only get one or two teams in a tournament, but I still think that's a good lead.
Yeah. Maybe
So.
Guilford, nah. But, yeah.
Well, at the bottom, Everett, no, but
Yeah.
Lynchburg, Washington and Lee, Roanoke,
I mean, these guys.
Virginia Wesleyan,
Randolph-Macon.
Randolph-Macon, decent team,
Lynchburg, yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, they're split there, right? Like their top half is very good. Their bottom half not so much, not so good,
Right.
not as good.
Right, right.
But their top half is very like competitive. Very.
Yeah, I don't think the top half of that conference is a walkover for anybody.
No. Yeah.
Might lose, but I don't think that it's a walkover. I don't think a cakewalk for anybody looks at that and says, "Oh, I'm playing Randolph-Macon. That's a win." I think it's okay. That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah. Speaking of tough games,
So again,
Next.
I've mentioned this before. I traditionally don't put teams in 2 weeks in a row if I can avoid it, but I'm putting this back in. Kenyon, who just scored 2 late goals to pull out a tie last week,
Yeah.
right?
there's still
Which-
something there at Kenyon, I will say.
I guess there is. I mean,
But now they're going up. I think Denison is very good. Very, very.
so yeah, they're going to Denison.
That is.
So Kenyon's lost one game. I mean, we shit on them a little bit, like it's Kenyon. They're not having a great year. They're 4-1-4. They've only lost one game. Denison 6-1 and 8-0-1 rather.
I don't know.
I mean, Denison is clearly having a very good season, a very good team, and has been building up the last couple of years. They're becoming what we predicted they would become
Yeah.
when they had their coaching change a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I will say too, Kenyon doesn't have like an easy schedule. Like they're
never
playing
do.
Team.
They never do. They play a very tough schedule every year, year in, year out. Right?
And you just kind of, and you're right. We kind of like, if you're not, you should be 8-0-1 or something like, right? Like there's this expectation, outsized expectation about them.
Right.
Maybe it's because of Paul Newman, but I'm not sure. I have this higher expectation of them, but they don't play a schedule that I think a lot of teams would not want to play because it is, they're not afraid to play against some really good teams.
So their schedule, they beat where the records are right currently.
Yeah.
They beat 1-5-1 Capital.
Yeah.
They beat they tied 6-1-2 Edgewood.
Which is an enigma for me. I got to interview the coach.
They beat a 2-3-5 Hopkins, which
Yep.
Hopkins 2-3-5, whatever, but it's Hopkins. Yeah. They beat a 2-6-1 F&M.
Yeah.
They beat a 4-6 Franciscan. They beat a 6-2-2 Hanover.
They tied Case.
They tied a 6-1-3 Case. They tied a 4-1-4 Otterbein. They tied a 4-0-4 Ohio.
Yep. And now now they.
It's not an easy schedule.
No.
There's no cakewalks in there.
No.
and if some of these teams were better than they were, if Hopkins was better, if F&M was better, this becomes a really difficult schedule.
This starts, Denison kicks off like in October, like this kind of hellish. Oberlin, Wittenberg, John Carroll, Wabash, DePaul, College of Worcester, Ohio Wesleyan. That's what they got coming up. That is not easy.
Yeah.
And again, they could end up 8-1-8, make the tournament. Like,
right.
The NPI, I have no comprehension of how
right.
stuff's calculated. Yeah. It's like, okay, just tell me. I trust you.
Right.
And how each team ranks and all that stuff. But they're legit. They're a legit team, again, that goes to the wall against some serious competition. And this game is going to be a cracker.
It's a huge, The cracker's
I wish
a good.
I was there.
Good, yeah, this is a huge game.
That would be a
huge.
fun game to go to.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll be watching that one.
There you go.
That's a must watch.
There you go.
All right.
Next game.
Interesting.
Gustavus Adolphus. 7-2, Gustavus Adolphus.
What are you thinking?
At 7-0-2. 7-0-2, Bethel.
What are you thinking? Like, I mean,
Bethel's beating everybody. And they're beating good teams.
Yeah.
That's
another one.
They're not beating great teams, but they're beating good teams.
Again, they're kind of doing what they have to do, right? Like I always say, it doesn't matter the rank. You got to win out the games you're supposed to win, right? Like so.
Right. This is. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, they're getting to this point where they're playing Gustavus, right? Which is going to be quite possibly the best team that they've played all year, but they're coming into it after they won 7 games.
Right.
They won 7 games and tied 2. Like that's a feat, right? And so now to me, right, now's like your test for them. Like to me, it's like okay, you got to show up against Gustavus and show why you're 7-0-2. And I think,
and that's exactly why I picked this game because to me this reminds me a little bit of the TCNJ team, right? Yeah. They're winning games. They're not losing. They're finding a way or whatever. They're playing some decent competition. Not the best competition, but they're playing decent competition. They're winning. Yeah. They're winning games that maybe in past years they might have not won, but they're winning this year. So this becomes a challenge. You look at their schedule. Look at their next 4 games.
Oh my God!
Look at their next 5 games. Look at their next 5. Is it 5, 6? 5 games. Look, 6. Look at their next 6 games. They play Gustavus. They play Wisconsin Eau Claire. They play St. Olaf. They play Augsburg. They play an 8-1-2 Hamline. They play Carleton. Yeah. They could go from 7-0-2 to 7-6-2 real quick. Real quick.
It's very true, and in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like they could go and have just conceded like 37 goals in those 7 games.
Right.
Like that's how.
Right.
Yeah. Like, real, yeah.
But they're putting together a good year. They're winning games where maybe in the past they might have not won, but they're winning them.
Yep.
So, to me, this becomes an interesting matchup, an interesting game for them. Last year they were 11-8.
Yeah.
Not scary, but okay, 11-8's respectable. They won 11 games.
Well, you got to start from somewhere, right? And usually it's the winning. Right. You're going to attract a lot better competition when you start winning games. And again, it does. I've said all along, like if you go 20-0 and your schedule's pretty lame, that's something that's still something to be really, really proud of, right? Like, and really
we talked about that a couple of years ago with Western Connecticut. Right?
You still
They
deserve all the
undefeated.
credit for going 20-0. Yeah.
The only reason they didn't make the tournament is because they lost in penalties
And
during the
penalty.
conference
Yep.
final.
Yep.
They didn't even lose the game. It was a
Yeah.
draw. Right.
Yep.
So yeah, so this is I don't know. I suspect that Gustavus is going to win this game, but
Yeah.
is Bethel's going to give him a game? This isn't going to be a 3-0 game.
Well, this is a game where somebody like Bethel goes in there and be like, "We got nothing to lose. Let's just go at them." And they go and
Right.
throws a team like Gustavus throws them off, and Gustavus just struggles to put things together because Bethel is like all excited, like, "Hey, this is great. We got nothing to lose." This is a trap game. If I'm Gustavus, I'm looking at this as a dangerous game for us.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I don't know what the
Yeah.
history is with like what their history playing against each other, what the scores have been, but so anyhow.
Yeah, I didn't look back at that, but yeah.
All right, and now
All right.
the
I don't know
last
anything
one.
about this one, man. I don't know anything about this one. I had to throw it in there. I threw it in there strictly for try and knock Simple Coach down a little bit. I don't want you getting too high on your horse,
Bastard.
like knowing how everything's gonna go. I got to throw something in there to be like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Did you even know that Illinois College existed? I didn't even know that existed.
I did know that. I did. Come on.
Illinois College.
I'm Mr. Division 3.
The Blue Boys. Are the women's team called the Blue Girls?
A good question. I do not know.
I don't know.
Let us find out.
So while you're looking that up, let me tell you about Illinois College. Illinois College is 6-1-2. Their one loss was to Washington University, St. Louis, 2-1. Okay, that's the respectable loss. A 2-1 loss to a good team, right? They haven't played anybody else, but they're still 6-1-2 with a competitive loss. They are traveling to Lake Forest.
Who is
Lake
having
Forest.
a year and a half.
Who is having a year. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like Lake Forest they're 9 they haven't lost yet.
They're undefeatable.
And they're
They
undefeatable.
haven't played anybody really. I mean, if we got to be honest.
Let's be
Illinois
honest. They
Wesleyan
haven't played.
6-1-2. They beat.
They beat Knox. They beat Knox
Yeah.
is 4-2, 4-2-3 Knox. They beat him 2-0. They tied Calvin. No, they didn't play. They play Calvin midweek.
They play. Yeah, this comes.
They play
up
Calvin
as-
this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't really played, but they're 9-0.
Just so you know, Illinois College, the men go by as the Blue Boys.
Yeah.
The women go by the name of the Lady Blues.
The Lady Blues. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, are you amazed the wisdom that we impart on for others to consider? Like, no one knew that until we brought forth this conundrum of how would the Blue Boys
we're
be.
educating.
We're educating.
We're educating.
And here I was thinking, they just must be a boys, like all men's school. But
no,
I
there's
don't
the
know if
Lady
there's
Blues.
such a thing. The Lady Blues.
Yeah.
I like
Hampton
that.
Sydney's all boys.
Oh, it is?
Right? Aren't they? I think so. I thought Hampton Sydney was all boys. Yeah, I could be wrong.
I like those, like Hobart and Smith.
Oh, two separate schools. That's two separate schools, though.
And they are the Herons. The women are the Herons. And the men are the... Why are they two separate schools? Are they?
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I know they're two schools. Like, you would apply to William Smith, or you would, if you were female, if you were male, you would apply to Hobart.
Right. I don't know how that all works, but they're, yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
we only take edumacating so far, and then we get all confused with
So far.
ourselves.
Hamden Sydney is all male. I was
Oh,
correct.
okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Another fun fact.
Something new
I
every
gotta
day.
I gotta put them in the pool here. Another fun fact about Hamden Sydney. I'm looking at it here.
Yeah.
They are the 10th oldest college in the country. 1775.
Hot dog.
There you go. So
Did I?
I mean, let's not get stuck down the rabbit hole of Hamden Sydney, but because we're talking, who are we talking about? We're talking about Illinois College and Lake Forest.
Illinois and the Blues played
The Blues,
the Blue
Blue
Boys
Boys,
and
the
um,
Blue Boys and the Foresters.
the Foresters.
Yeah. So this is
So
Chelsea Nottingham, is what I'm hearing.
yeah,
Nottingham
the
Forest and Chelsea.
somebody who was it? I had for maybe a couple of years ago. Somebody would like email and be like, why don't you cover the Foresters more?"
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, I
Okay.
don't know. That's because they never, right? Like, there's only so much
Because
I
what
could
have they
do.
ever
And then,
done?
yeah, what have they ever done? And I guess this
Yeah.
is the year where I'm going to have to be like, let's cover the Foresters some more. Like,
I mean, let's see. 2021, they were 4-13-1.
yeah.
2022, they were 8-9-3. 2023, they were 7-9-4. So they're a 500 team. 2024, they're 10-8. They're 500 every year.
They're
But
500.
this year, they're 9-0.
And so they were getting covered. But who are they
If
playing?
they lose all the rest of their games, they'll be a 500 team.
So they could still, they could still end up where they were.
They can finish. They can finish the season 9-8, and
9
they're a
and 8.
500 team. Yeah, I mean,
They
I don't
did
think that's
beat
going to happen, but
Illinois Institute of Technology, which was like last
Illinois
year,
Tech.
was it? I don't know.
they beat
2020.
Elmhurst. Elmhurst is decent the past couple of years, haven't they been? They're not good this year. 3-6-2. Last year, 6-9-4.
Or is it? Is it Illinois Wesleyan? That's pretty good. Like one of the Illinois teams. Can't
Illinois
remember.
Wesleyan is 6-1-2.
Yeah, like
They're
Illinois
a good team.
Wesleyan.
They're
I
a
think
good
for the last couple of years.
Nine,
Um,
5-4 last
9-5-4.
year. 8-7-3.
Then
500 team.
they got pummeled by North Park. Maybe they're good in their yeah.
Well, yeah, so okay, not a traditionally strong team, not
Yeah.
necessarily playing great schools, but you know what? They're 9-0, and like I say, you know, if you find a way not to lose games, there's credit in that.
Yeah.
I don't care who you play.
That's it. Like I
You know,
think you
like I
got to
say,
give.
you score
It's
50
hard.
goals. It's
It
you know, I don't care who you're playing. You score 50 goals. You figured out a way to put the
yeah
round thing in the rectangle.
yeah. You
You know, you go
know,
9-0.
it is hard. It's hard to win consistently. Like it is. It just in the context where you're training every day and you're playing and you're going through, like just
You're bound to
it
get
doesn't
some
ma-
bad breaks.
yeah.
You know,
And
you
or you're
outshoot teams.
bound to struggle. Like, oh, we got to go Tuesday. We got to drive 3 hours to play so and I got to exam the next day, and so that's bound to happen. So
Right.
yeah. So go in at this point. If you're 8-0, 8-0-1, whatever it is, 9-0, like that's tremendous credit. And I, like I said, I don't care the competition. Like if you're able
Right.
to do that, that's pretty remarkable. So.
Yeah. It's props. Props should be 9-0, man.
All right.
So those are the 10 games, my friend.
You made it easy. You made it easy for me. Glad to see.
I did. I
Thanks.
did. You know,
Thanks.
I want you extending your lead.
Oh, totally. By this big. That's how.
Nice.
Links will
Oh,
be
nice.
down below. Posted everywhere I can, and yes, this will be a good one.
Yeah. Good luck, man. May the odds be forever in your
Be for
favor.
your favor as I get an arrow
Yeah.
through my back or something like that. Isn't that how that works?
Yeah,
Anyhow,
something like that.
Eric,
All
EJ,
right.
it's great,
Cheers.
great catching up. We'll be seeing each other. Hey, if there is interest, if I can
Ooh.
swing it, when is that TCNJ game? Is that
Well,
is
that's
that a
Saturday,
Saturday
right?
game?
Oh yeah, yeah. All these games are Saturday. I
All
didn't
right.
even look at Sunday's schedule. So these are
Athletics.
all Saturday games. So we're it's at TCNJ, right?
Yeah.
Montclair at TCNJ.
12 p.m. What are they doing to me?
Uh,
Like, it's just like. I might try to make that game because that could be a fun game to
yeah,
watch.
I got
But
I got plans Saturday.
yeah, but noon is not a favorable time for me. So
Hmm.
Montgomery Cougars, baby, we are 7-1-2.
All right.
So
Simple Kid 3 playing? Is that the story? Is
simple,
that
simple player number 3. Yeah,
Simple
and
Player
he's
3? Okay.
yeah. I can't say this. I will. He'll hate me, but that's okay because so we're playing on Saturday. We're playing on Saturday, and we're winning 4-0. We're just playing like such good soccer. I posted a video of the one of our goals where we strung together like 18 or 14 passes and just sort of like
Nice,
passing.
nice.
It was really, really, really.
Right.
Again, just you're like, holy mackerel! I can't believe these kids can do that. Winning 4-0. We've got like 10 minutes left. We get a penalty kick. Simple player number 3. He's a captain. And it's like he's the number 2 designate. Our number 1 is hurt, so he's not playing. So he's like he steps up. And he goes and steps up. You're like, okay, just bury it. We're 5. We'll get guys on. It'll be great. Tries a Panenka. Keeper doesn't even move and just goes like this.
That is awesome. That's the
Love
that's the
him.
dumbest penalty ever.
It might be, but I just love the fact that the guy's got grit to try it. Like okay,
Yeah,
I can,
no, props for crying it, but
props,
man,
but
I miss the old days where you take like the 15-yard run up and just hit it as
yeah, it's like
hard as you
put
can.
every ounce
Everything
of
behind
hatred
it,
and
yeah.
anger you have just right through the
Right.
middle of that ball. You'd be like, if you're going to
Exactly.
stop this, you're going to break something in the
Right.
process.
I am 50 feet away from you, and I
Yeah.
am not even 30, what is it, 12
Yeah.
yards, right? 30, I'm
36
feet away from you. I am drilling this as hard as I can. And if you want to get in front of it, more power to you.
More
but
power
I'm just
to you.
going to drill it.
And if you save it, I'm going to come over there
Right.
and administer CPR to you.
Right, exactly. I miss those days, man. You make the run up from like the top of the arc, right?
The arc. Yeah,
Like
you're like telling
back
guys
up,
to clear out of the way.
Yeah,
because
they back up. They're like, oh, I'm gonna take the kick. Oh, I'm gonna take the kick, and they just keep going back.
Oh,
Yeah, and
that's
then just
really-
come boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Now you get like what is it? Hopkins. So I'm just gonna stand here. Dink, dink. I'm not
I
even gonna
like
take
the
a
idea.
step. Dink.
I will say this is simple. Last year, simple player number
Yeah.
3 was a no step penalty
All
kick
right.
taker.
All right.
Scored 2, 3, maybe.
Okay.
I can't remember. Actually, did well.
Yeah.
And then he
We had
just
a-
was like,
We had a kid at high school, and when I was in high school, we went to a shootout, and we had the gamut. We had both. We had one kid who one step and then would just kind of like pass it into the
Yeah.
top corner, and then we had another kid who literally took like the 15-yard run up and would just drill it at you.
and
And
you
like,
could
as a
easily
keeper, you're
brick
like-
the
you're like,
goal,
I-
or you could send it outside the track over the big fence and then into the parking lot.
Exactly.
Like, you could-
Exactly. And these were like 17-year-old kids, right?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So it was. I remember thinking that as I was a sophomore when we went to this with these guys when I was this particular shooter I'm thinking of, and I remember thinking, man, I feel bad for the goalie because you got one kid who takes one step, the next kid takes 30 steps.
Yeah.
The next
Yeah.
what do you do? You just
Yeah.
pray, hope and pray that you make the right decision.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I hate to say it. Like nowadays,
That's right.
it's like make the right decision because especially if they're not professional, you don't know. You don't know these kids from
It's
what
not on
they're
their
going to
water
try.
bottle.
It's not on their water. Yeah,
Where's Jimmy taking?
Yeah.
Where's Jimmy taking his last
He
five
goes upper
PKs?
right hand corner at 100 miles an
Right.
hour. You can make that okay. I'll get up there.
Right. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
there's too much variability with the way they do
Yeah.
it
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
can't. Back in our day, right? Like, yeah, you would okay, so you might take 15 yards, but man, I knew sort of your angle was going to determine which way you were going
Right.
more than likely,
Right.
right?
Right.
And now it doesn't. It's like you just have to be either quick, and they can't hit the perfect penalty, and you got to go the right way. I hate saying guess, but go the right way. Yeah. So
Right.
anyhow.
Right. Yeah. Anyhow. All right.
All right, DJ.
Good sidebar. Good sidebar. Appreciate
Good
it.
sidebar. All right. I
right,
got
be well.
stories about Benjaminos, by the way. I'm not sure we want to go there. I'm just gonna,
That's for a later conversation.
dude. I got too much information from somebody. Yeah, the
Oh.
guy's like a little bit of a nut job, maybe.
Oh.
He makes darn good pizza.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So somebody's-
but apparently, I'll just say he wasn't pleased that a group of teachers did not order their like once a month pizza place from him one year and got very angry.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I'm like, whoa. So maybe
Oh.
we'll go to the library.
I got a guy up here. We'll go visit Mike at
There
at
you
his
go,
place.
Mike.
You come up here.
Mike, buddy, here we
You come up to
Well,
you come up to Mike's. You come up to my pizza place up here. We'll go visit
I
Mike.
have to be careful. Like if I show up at Mike's, I don't want Beniamino right outside my door.
Right.
Where are you? How come you're not here and ordering my pizza? Anyhow, all right, brother.
Mike's from Napoli. You know, we'll go visit Mike.
All right. Yeah, we'll go to Mike.
All
All
right.
right, all right, brother.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.